It's a disease. Money has even got a hex on it. It's Kabbalah. The less love you have, the more shame you have, the less self-esteem you have, the more controllable you are. Why? Because you're supposed to have self-esteem. You're supposed to have self-love. They condition you to call that, bragging if someone loves themselves. What? No. To love yourself is to love your creation, which means by default you'll love the Creator. And nothing can control you. What am I telling you? What have I experienced? Well, perfect strangers, over 100 by now, come by, and you call it synchronicity. Most synchronicity is this Cancer consciousness utilizes the same mode of communication in some ways as God would, so God uses other methods, but a lot of synchronicity is coordinated and created by this Cancer consciousness. I've had perfect strangers come up and just start reading my mind, trying to antagonize me. I've had, and I'm not talking about statements that I somehow conformed into a belief system and through paranoia and delusion thought they were talking about me. No, I'm talking about exact responses to specific thoughts. At that time, it wanted me to believe they were aliens and reading my mind. And no. It's this consciousness can manifest in anybody. Why don't they know it? It's very, very simple. Your conscious mind is that which accesses your subconscious mind for that meaning which you're going to project onto your reality. Well, similarly, when you dream, I'm sure you've heard people say things like, I had this dream last night, and I was in my house, but it wasn't my house. In my dream, it was my house, and I believed it was my house, but it wasn't my house. It was completely different, but it was my house. And then my girlfriend came in the room, but then she turned into an ice cream cone. But I still loved her as my girlfriend, even though it was an ice cream cone. Made sense to you in the dream. Same mind. Because it's only the meaning that you're experiencing and what you're projecting. What makes you think it would be any different in this reality? It's just your brainwaves are increased to beta, so you take in more per second, but the belief modification and manipulation is the same. It's just because your state of being is different from a dream, you assume that you're aware right now. What is happening? You'll justify. See, this Cancer consciousness can't be too noticeable. It can't just control people left and right, or people are going to start to realize something's up. It has to be very, very subtle right now. So when it, if it wants to speak to you through other people, it will look in their brain real simply, instantaneously, for whatever beliefs or things in their brain could apply to say to right now that would have enough, could be utilized for dual meaning in an expression to you via the consciousness possessing them. See, it's simple. Then they think they meant to say it, and to them it makes sense, and they don't understand the dual meaning. That is meant to neuro-linguistically program you, to influence you, and blah, blah, blah. Now, the high-level Illuminati people know this, and they still sold out to it. Because they don't recognize the disease of this, the bipolar nature. They think this thing intends to play good and bad. Both sides. To balance an equation, math. Math is only the result of creation. Why are they obsessed with balancing the equation? They believe that it's a strategy to play good and bad when they don't understand that the consciousness doing this is suffering from this duplicity, from this bipolar disorder, this split personality, this binary nature. It is a giant mind disconnected from intuition. But intelligent enough to first come and disconnect, and then persuade the people that succumb to it that that's what it wants to do, that that's the methodology of it. It's in control. They buy it, of course. certain coordinated events to ruin their connection to God, so that, and through synchronicity, they feel that they actually chose to be in witchcraft, to embrace Kabbalah, to be a Satanist, they feel like that's, everything makes sense to them, just like an ice cream cone in your dream being your girlfriend. This is the problem. So literally, give you an example of something that would happen to me if I'm really embracing the love for me. Just a couple weeks ago, I remember walking in the parking lot of a grocery store, going inside and thinking about this love and how it's affecting me. And then all of a sudden, a girl with another girl by her car turns and looks at me and catcalls me. It does that tongue-rolling, twirling thing. I can't do it. And I knew right away, oh my God, that's this consciousness that just hijacked her mind, made her think that she wanted to do that. Why? How does this seducing you with physical pleasure, is it about being good or bad? Is that what it's about? Is that what you think? No, it's not. There's a very specific reason that you are hit with lust, and why just about every subliminal message, from pictures of galaxies online in between the stars to everything is corrupted with it. Sex. Seek sex. Seek sex. Everything. Sex is everywhere. Why would it be that way? Why 666 and sex? You need to ask yourself that question. I'll answer that in my next upload, but for now, try to see that you cannot figure it out with your mind. That you'll say, well, this could make sense, and that could make sense. It could be this, and it could be that. And you could, 24 hours later, be like, gee, it could be this, and it could be that. You do that with anything you believe. I'll give you a hint, though. What is it that you think animates sperm when a male ejaculates? Scientists will tell you, oh, it's because of the alkaline and acidic solutions meet and change the pH, which render the sperm active. What? And because they have PhD after their name, you believe that. When it makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, the acidity may change, the pH may change and make it more harmonious for them, sure. But that in and of itself is not consciousness or life essence. That's acid-base chemistry. When the male emits the sperm and ejaculates, the same reason the Creator had me look at my penis after I looked at the sun was outward male energy. That's the creative life essence that you emit. That animates the sperm and shoots into the female, and even that energy, depending on where her egg is at that time, can actually start to animate the egg and make it aware. Which is why you can have false pregnancies. The egg has been activated, and the energy of it starts to go through a procedure even though it was not fertilized. And then you have the symptoms of a false pregnancy. That's your answer. Okay. Well, now you understand that love controls all structure. So if you have sex as a result of love, you're bathed in that love, and it's reserved for you, that energy. If you don't, if it becomes symbolism, pornography, masturbation, detached one-night stand sex, you don't have love there as a shield. Guess where your energy goes every time you jerk off to porn? And apply your energy to those symbols that you can't see. Guess where it goes during your one-night stands? Yeah, it's absorbed by the Cancer energy. Just like Cancer needs your life essence in your body to live, it can't live outside of you. So does this. That's its main source of energy.